Everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the visiting team and Chicago.
Boys, nice run.
Curry with it. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Anthony Davis is out there with Embiid. Then it's Harden. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Russell from long range. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Curry against Russell. Harden outside. Kicks it to James. From about 16, off the left rim and out. Here's Chicago. Down low, here's Pippen, and it's Pippen with the jam.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Now here's James. It's stolen by Brown. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Pippen, the pass to Griffin. Out to Russell. And Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. Make a heck of a volleyball player.
The shot's good from Griffin.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Offensive rebound, Davis. Nice D from Griffin.
I'm not sure if it's a bad start or unlucky here. 0 for 4. Can't think too much about it. Just got to get that first one to go.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. LeBron kicks to Curry. Harden outside. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked by Brown.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Free throw good, LeBron. Last season, LeBron James becoming just the 7th player ever to score 30,000 points in a career.
Well, he's like a rare steak, Kevin. Obviously, he's not done. Might have the best shot at catching Kareem when it's all said and done in terms of total points scored in the league. Maybe approach 40,000, but ultimately, he's definitely in the top 3.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Harden kicks to LeBron. Shoots from the elbow. Offensive rebound. Embiid gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Traps in the tray.
And smooth release from range. Russell can just do so many things for you.
Russell against Curry. And Griffin sends it back. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. No good on that one. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Ayton, he's checked in for Drummond. Millsap comes in for Blake Griffin. Sean Marion is checked in for Pippen. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Brown. Now here's Westbrook. Here's DeRozan. Gets the 14-footer to fall. DeRozan's got his first points of the night.
And so many defenses nowadays really not designed to take away that mid-range jumper.
And I'm loving the recognition, right? He simply takes what the defense allows. That's a smart move.
Green against Millsap. Russell from long range gets the three-pointer to fall. Russell's got 10.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense. Yeah, it looks like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
But no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Chicago making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Durant deciding where to go with it. The pass to DeRozan. He kicks to Westbrook. Back to DeRozan. Releases from 15. Sean Marion grabs the miss. Chicago leading by 7. For Chicago, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. First one falls for him.
And you see the raw talent Aiden has. An intimidating big man with a high ceiling and a desire to grow.
Here's Westbrook. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Cousins. From the line, and he comes up with the deuce.
I like to see this from Westbrook when he focuses on hitting his guys. It can make the entire team better.
Westbrook against McCollum. He feeds it to Harris. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's DeRozan. Battles through traffic and lays it in. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
D'Angelo Russell getting it done for Chicago. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. And we'll be right back after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Chicago. We've got Russell Westbrook. Durant is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's DeRozan in at the 2. Marion passes to Ayton. Back to Marion. And he lays it straight in. Marion's got the lead up to 9 now for Chicago.
Oh, that's a terrific pass. Ayton, with the advanced skill level, he's just going to get better with time.
Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. McCollum with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. To the paint. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Gary Harris.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
He really takes off, just never looks back.
Yeah, by the time anyone even thinks of chasing him, he's gone.
And that one's good, Ayton.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Irving finds Towns, and there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Chicago. Andre Drummond's checked in for 8. Griffin comes in for Paul Millsap. And Scottie Pippen is subbed in for Sean Marion.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Shots good by Pippen.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Think about Gary Harris and just how well-rounded this shooting guard is. A sound defender, good shooter, great slasher and cutter. Provides some toughness, willing to do a lot of work. Sky the limit still here for Gary Harris.
Griffin with it. Guarded now by Irving. And the basket by McCollum.
Look, they know it. He knows it. That jumper is pure. As a defender, it's hard not to overplay McCollum to shoot the three.
The list of intangibles for Harris really goes on and on.
And no doubt he checks a lot of boxes. High basketball IQ, can play with or without the ball. Super competitive and just seems to step up in the clutch moments. Doesn't hurt a coaching staff to have multiple options. A guy like Gary Harris coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Changes for Chicago. Jackson comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Iguodala in for C.J. McCollum. Here's LeBron. And again, unable to change momentum here. Chicago leading by 10. Harris outside. Jackson kicks to Pippen. No good on the three. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his second foul of the game. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Drummond. Here's Curry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. And the whistle blow. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's LeBron. Sinks it after the cagey pump fake. LeBron's got 5 now.
Yeah, hard to stop LeBron from getting in that deep. So the size, the speed, the power, the position. 2 more.
Iguodala with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Harden the pass to Curry. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Chicago with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. He gets that one. And it's 7 points for Gary Harris.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Curry with the 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Curry's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
51 seconds left in the second quarter. Harris outside. Lets it go with the 3. But they get it back. Back to Iguodala. Pass to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pippen kicks to Harris. Harris missing again. And they'd love to cut this deficit down to single digits. Pippen with the steal. Nurkic finds Iguodala. Here's Pippen. It's Chicago with another bucket. Curry against Iguodala. And the first one at the line is good.
One thing that's quietly understated about Steph Curry is that competitive fire to keep pushing the envelope. Even though he's set these high marks and these high bars, he wants to see if he can eclipse some of the marks that he set in the early part of his career.
And so it's Chicago going into the break with a 10-point lead. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. And don't go away. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to Philadelphia, a town full of history. That's City Hall right there with the statue of William Penn perched atop it. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
D'Angelo Russell out there with Jaylen Brown. Then there's Pippen. Then there's Griffin. And it's Drummond in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Harden inside the three-point line. Here's Davis. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Now James. He has 5. Knocked loose. Shoots over Pippen. LeBron, no luck.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Russell with it. He's picked up by James. Back to Russell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And that time, Russell just sneaks in there on the drive. Defender couldn't react in time, and that was all she wrote.
He hits the second from the line. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
Some changes for Chicago. Jackson, he's checked in for Griffin. And it's Marion in for Pippen. So it's the visitors now. In the second half, they've only given up 1 basket coming from the free throw line. LeBron passes to Curry. James against Brown. Clock at 6. Curry outside. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 8 points.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit. Well, Steph Curry's quick release makes his 3-point shot almost impossible, and then you add the fact that Steph can do it off the dribble. So anytime he gets somebody shifting their back foot and they're trying to recover, by the time they're halfway there, the ball's already off and on its way. So one of the quickest, one of the more devastating shots in all of basketball.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Lillard looking around. The three-pointer no good. And Curry said in his training he speeds up his release to the point where it's uncomfortable. So in the game, for him, everything slows down.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, Kevin, his closely guarded three-pointers are just as accurate as when he's got a wide-open three-pointer. No defender within 4 to 6 feet, he's knocking down the same kind of percentage. So the fact that Steph has the ability and knows to practice those sort of things speaks to just how much he's invested in the shooting craft.
It's Brown on the wing, covered by Lillard. Brown the pass to Marion, and the rejection by James.
Wow, LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
McCollum's on 2 of 2 from three-point land tonight. McCollum against Irving. Takes a shot at the elbow, and that one good. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Back to McCollum. 1:16 left to play here in the third. Back to Brown. The 3. Cousins pulls it in.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested 3 is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Scottie Pippen's checked in for Chicago. Gary Harris comes in for Jaylen Brown. Oh, that's blocked.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Aiden can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Chicago. 55 seconds left to play in the third. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Irving. Pippen, the pass to Griffin.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pippen against DeRozan. Harris outside. From deep. And the 3 ball is good. Harris has got 10 points.
The confidence that Gary Harris is playing with right now, he is ready to shoot once that ball touches his mitts.
And here's DeRozan. He has 7. There's 10 seconds left in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Cousins.
That's the kind of D you'd like to see from Blake Griffin, hustling over, using terrific energy, and annoying the opposition.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's Chicago leading by 4. And we'll have the start of the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Joel Embiid out there with Davis. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then it's Harden, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. Good on the shot. And Chicago leads by 3.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
Inside, and Davis throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Russell dishes to Griffin. Fires for 3, and Russell with the basket on the assist by Griffin. 14 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
Harden kicks to DeRozan. fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Curry finds Harden. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
And Harden proving why he's an elite ball handler, absolutely cutting the D to pieces with his move.
James checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Steph Curry, Brent, is there any doubt in your mind that he is the greatest shooter in NBA history?
I don't think there's any doubt, but I like the fact that Steph Curry doesn't want to be a one-trick pony, and he isn't. He's trying to be better at making plays. He's trying to be better at making good decisions. He's trying to be better as a defender. And so all of these things for Steph Curry, he's not satisfied with the things that he's done so far in his career, which have all been elite.
It's good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Embiid.
And another thing you like about Russell, just good size at that lead guard position and makes him a handful to defend inside. Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Poked away, stolen by Pippen. Dishes it to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
You could see Drummond's eyes light up once he knew that finish was coming. He didn't waste the chance. Boy, did he get his money's worth on that one.
Harden scanning the floor.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Here's the teardrop, and Griffin puts it in. Now it's a 4-point Chicago lead.
Man, that's why they turned to Blake Griffin. Calm, cool, collected, and his team needed that one.
Fades and shoots. LeBron can't get it to go.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
It's stolen by Davis. Here's Curry. Makes it off the glass. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And none better. Steph stepping up. What a great feel for the moment. Steph Curry. Bingo.
Chicago calls timeout. They lead by 2. 1:53 left to play in the final quarter. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Gary Harris is checked in for Chicago. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. He told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us, guys.
Chicago leading. Right side, Russell. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And stolen by LeBron. Passes it to Curry. Back to James. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Well, time and score, you just can't have a costly error right now at this point in the game, guys.
And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Russell passes to Harris. 51 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Drummond. Shoots over Embiid, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Chicago making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Here's Curry. Kicks to Embiid. And he overshot that one, missing. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way. Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Clock's ticking, and they got to get up a shot.
Yeah, and then you have to foul right away on the inbounds, maybe the first person who touches the ball.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Here's Curry. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. From downtown, doesn't get it to drop for him. And Griffin, here we go. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned, playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
And it doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge,
Seems like a flaw in design. I seek you out and you never seem to have the time. Mirage, so careful now. Too close, you're finding out. Is it me being blind? Notice that I'm kind. Now I'm pacing too fast to speak. It's me, so fine. I was only looking to be with you now. So take it or leave it. Take it or treat it. I don't know why I do this to myself. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there.